We are still in Parliament, the first open day for the highest house on the land. Initiated by the United Nations, it was to create awareness on the functions and roles of Parliament. Jacqueline Yellow reports.
To follow them, to ever visit on the displays and the booths which are set up here.
The National Parliament is the legislative arm of the government. Its main function is to make laws and policies, form government, keep the government accountable, and approve the government's decision on issues of national importance. This week, the National Parliament came alive with the staging of its first ever open day since the country gained independence for more than 40 years ago.
This is everywhere.
Yes.
Display ID cards.
So once you wear this and walk up, then from far we can identify you.
We can know who that
this
person
is.
is.
The staff of the member. Okay. So the blue one is for the member staff. The green one is for parliamentary service staff.
Like the one he's wearing there. He's the parliamentary service staff.
Information booths were set up by the 24 divisions of the Parliament on what roles they perform.
All the governors generals are elected here, so we also keep lists on them. The prime ministers we had lists here, but they're all gone.
The displays ranged from technical to office and staff duties and responsibilities.
5 gender equality. So you can write what you can do to promote this board.
Students from more than 20 schools were selected to tour the event and get more information about the roles and functions of the National Parliament. The general public were also invited to tour and witness the event. The first Parliament Open Day was the achievement of the 9th Parliament.
Since independence, we've had successive parliaments come and go. We're into our 9th Parliament, but we've never had an open day for the institution itself, the Parliamentary Service. So, under Section 188 of the Constitution, there are 4 established state services, of which the Parliament Service is one. So, what we wanted to do in this instance is to showcase what Parliament, the service, does for our members and our contribution towards democracy.
The event was hosted by the United Nations. This is to commemorate the UN Day, which coincide with the National Parliament Open Day. More importantly, it is aimed at helping PNG achieve its national development goals.
As you know, this year is the 71st anniversary of the United Nations. And this year's UN Day occurred at a time of transition of the world, as this is the first year of the implementation of the global goal, the global commitments for the great promise of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, which 193 member states, including Papua New Guinea, adopted last year. Therefore, the theme of this year's UN Day celebration focuses on sustainable development goals.
The United Nations also recognized 2 young Papua New Guineans by awarding them the 2016 Youth Champion for Sustainable Development Goals.
Please.
The Mission Vibe is a community initiative that I came up with to educate girls, to mentor girls, and mostly facilitate group meetings, which is a girls' night where we have girls come together and I talk about basic skills like how to set goals. It's always guys getting it, or somehow most women don't get recognized for it. And now with this recognition of this award, I feel very happy and also empowered to go and do more and empower other young women who come through this program.
my word of encouragement to the youths and to the young ones out there is that always take part in activities that will help promote your community, to help make your community a better and a safer place. Do not just sit around idle in the streets, in the communities, in the settlements, wherever you are. Try taking part. Try as long as, while you are young, try use the young strength that you have to at least contribute something positive towards the communities rather than be a liability again to the community.
This was to recognize their contribution in nations building. The event is a significant part of the reform initiated to showcase to the public the work it does. The day emphasized the importance of democracy, examine and discuss parliamentary performance, and highlighting the significant role it plays in upholding principles of democracy. In 2013, under the leadership of the current Parliament Speaker, Theodore Girono, he came up with a vision to restore, reform and modernize the Parliament. The achievements include a new look to the old house with information communication technology.
The implementation of the reform initiative has led to giving an old Parliament a new look. The entire exterior and interior of the building was given a facelift by removing the green carpet and replacing it with floor tiles. Air conditioning was restored and operated smoothly. Electronic doors are installed in all offices. All furniture and chairs were replaced in all MPs' offices. Areas are designated for smoking and chewing betel nut, which has improved the cleanliness of this place. Renovation of Sea Wing will soon go through the tender process. The scoping, design and costing of the D Wing is finalized for tendering and construction. Our modernization initiative through ICT has linked Parliament both domestically and internationally. Parliament website through the tripartite partnership with Transparent International. European Union is now connected to our Parliament with 201 countries around the globe. Our website has attracted 12,000 to 14,000 visitors every month, in which 65% are Papua New Guineans. Our trailblazing Know Your MP SMS platform has connected citizens with MPs and is now replicated in Africa and Asian countries. Wired and wireless internet services is now available to both MPs and parliamentary services staff, and also our guests. ICT need assessment is now completed with technical support from the UNDP, and funding will be sourced to complete and overhaul the ICT infrastructure.
Part of the reformation was the removal of mosques and totems at the National Parliament. Bridging the gap between the Parliament and the people is the main objective of the 9th Parliament. One of the significant initiatives which generate a lot of interest and few controversies was an attempt to shape an ideological foundation for the nation building through the National Unity and Identity Project.
We all come from one God. If we come from one God, then we are brothers and sisters. And that brought about unity. And that unity paved way for independence. So that's our argument. If there is one common denominator that pulls the 800 different languages and cultures together that paved way for independence, it has to be the Word of God. So the Word of God, the Bible, sits at the foundation of that national unity and identity pillar. And then followed by the Constitution, which is the second pillar. The Constitution needs a foundation. In the absence of that, that Constitution is hanging. So we have the Constitution, and then the third pillar will be dedicated to leaders. Leaders past, leaders present, leaders future, because a nation will rise or fall depending on leaders. So that represents the leadership pillar. And then the leaders are called to serve the people of this nation. So we have the people's pillar. And the people will then make that declaration. We pay homage to the God of Isaac, Abraham, Jacob, the source of our origin, the source of our strength, which is critical. And then you have all the different languages of Papua New Guinea will be engraved. So despite our cultural diversity, despite our linguistic diversity, we are united by one thing, and that is the Word of God.
This project will soon be implemented after the materials been shipped into the country. They will also include the intellectuals to debate about the project being constructed. In conjunction with the project, Parliament has moved a historic motion to place the 404-year-old King James Version Bible in the chamber. However, the reformation process has gone through some challenges. The court has identified the removal of 19 masks and totem pole by the Parliament Speaker as an unlawful act. Justice Cannings has given the Speaker 6 months to reinstall the items, but the matter has been appealed and is before the courts.
The Parliament has appealed against that court decision, so it's still pending. So this is something that we are trying to overcome, and want to get the stakeholders to understand the significance of this initiative, which is quite critical, and this is the challenge that we have, and we need to overcome that.
Jacqueline Yalla. This has been PNG Tonight. Thank you for your company. Another program at the same time tomorrow. I'm John Higgins. Good night.